First Timers 4-pack, books 21 through 24. First Time Erotica, Rough Sex Erotica, Age Gap Erotica. Written by Kimmy Welsh. Narrated by Kline. One in Whole. First Timers 21. I had only very recently started taking golfing lessons. At 19, I figured it'd be a good way to spend some more time with my parents, now that I'd moved out. They were both avid golfers, and their impending retirements would see them golfing much more frequently. Besides, they were paying. So here I was, playing a game that I'd never so much as watched before, on a hot midweek afternoon in August, coached by the decidedly handsome Mr. Lassiter.
"I'll tee off first, Mia,"
he shouted as I sauntered along the grass. "I don't even know what that means," I called back.
"It means I go first,"
he said.
"Just stand behind me and watch close."
I walked back up the shallow hill and stood behind him as he set his ball down on the flat rectangle of short grass. He wore a tight, smart pair of khaki shorts and a blue polo shirt, complete with a white cap, like the pros wear, he'd said. I watched close as he framed himself over the ball, astride with legs either side of it, marrying his club up close before pulling back to swing. The club curved around behind his head, and then he passed it back through the arc. The ball didn't move. "You missed," I cried, laughing.
"It's a practice shot,"
he said. "Ha ha, whatever, Mr. Lassiter. You missed." He shook his head, looking less than pleased. I think the fact that I knew I was ruining his day a little made me start to enjoy it all more than I should. This'd teach him for bringing me all the way out here for my first lesson. He squared up to the ball again, taking a deep breath. His broad shoulders lifted, and his ass curved out from his body. His shorts pulled tight over it, and I have to confess, I couldn't take my eyes away. He definitely kept in shape, and right now, that shape was making me weak at the knees. Full disclosure, I'm a total virgin. I'd had my brushes with the opposite sex, but I always changed my mind at the last minute. Right now, I was at an age where it was almost all I thought about. Twice my age or not, Mr. Lassiter looked hot. He swung the club through, and this time, I heard the pop as he struck the ball. It fired out from the tee, and I lost it in the blue sky somewhere ahead of us. He shielded his eyes and looked to follow its trajectory. As he did so, I gazed again at his ass as he kept the pose from the end of his swing, gradually turning his foot and facing the direction of his flying ball. I looked back behind me to make sure no one was close to us. There hadn't been a single person back at the clubhouse before we left. I don't think mid-mornings on a Tuesday were very busy here, and there was no way I was getting up before 8 o'clock. "Was that good?" I asked.
"Just shy of the green,"
he said distantly, seeming displeased.
"Right. You're up."
I took a skip forward, and he handed me his club and a ball. I wore a short white skirt and a T-shirt so tight that Mr. Lassiter would barely look at me. I'd also opted for a white baseball cap, but only to look the part. That was half the battle, right? I dropped my ball on the grass where his had been, but apparently that wasn't good enough.
"Nope,"
he said.
"You're further ahead, at the women's tee."
"The women's tee," I said, looking back, confused.
"Here,"
he said, sauntering forward and beckoning me with a curled finger. I walked after him and put my ball where he stopped.
"Aim towards that flag,"
he said.
"I just want to spectate first before I try to correct anything."
I tried my best to copy what he had done, keeping the ball between my legs and making sure that my ass curved out and that my shoulders were straight.
"Now,"
he began, but before he could finish, I flashed the club out to the right and crashed it back down at the ball. I missed completely, and the strength of the swing caused me to spin on my toes. I started to laugh, and he shook his head.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?